yeah, well, you think you're gonna act like that, I won't say something.
Pick up a pistol-driven shotgun from your lap and shoot me. The fuck? You'll be okay, Muggy. These are just toy cars, young lady. Remember that. You don't need to curl up in a fetal position. But you can sure don't want to jump on the mic with your liquid courage and say my name. That much I can tell you. I mean, cheating. If you want to, that's up to you. Remember, my fair lady, I did not come across your shit on accident. It was pointed out to me. First, you wanted the fun. Then, you didn't. I have more patience with women, as I'm a gentleman. But I don't have.
This guy cracks me up, man. You know, they say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies even closer. Well, I didn't come looking for anybody. Apparently, Mr. You-Know-Who. Oh, by the way, can't mention his name, so... Well, I promised you guys we wouldn't mention his name or talk about him. So, we'll leave it at that. You guys know what's real. I'm just keeping it real. You know, 100%. You know, the Muggy Maniac. I'm not blowing smoke up nobody's ass. I'm not sugarcoating, candy coat, nothing. I'm just trying to keep my channel 100% real. Am I the best at what I do? Not by a long shot. But do I know what I'm doing? Well, you guys be the judge of that. For the most part, the basic fundamentals, which what we're going to talk about, I think I do. So, by the way, congrats to, you know, let's talk about people that actually really were game changers in 8-scale nitro to me in the beginning. I want to give this guy credit due. You know, I always give credit due where credit's due. Again, criticism due where criticism's due. So this guy was one of the reasons that nitro interested me, because I was looking to get into nitro, and I started. I know YouTube. You know, you could pretty much learn how to do anything from bake a freaking cake to, you know, unclog your toilet on YouTube. I mean, YouTube isn't just an entertainment forum. I think some people use it for that, and that's fine. But I think YouTube can be very educational too, and I think it is. If it wasn't for YouTube, I probably wouldn't even got into 8-scale nitro. And I was clicking, you know, checking stuff out, and I came across this guy, Bodagel. And you know, Mr. Za, next level, you know, happy to see me, you know, and I really related to this guy. He was just one of those average Joe gearheads. You know, I thought he was Italian because of his accent. Later, obviously, I found out that John is Portuguese. You know, Portuguese, Italian, it's the same thing. Those guys are freaking mobster type guys to me. So I was like, you know, and I thought for a while he was Italian. So, you know, because of his accent. So I started watching him, and it just interested me, the way this guy was just, you know, keeping it real, same thing, you know, and you could see that he had that passion, that fire, that love for, and something that he really believed in. And, you know, at the time, like John was saying, if you watch his thing, because, by the way, he has hit 100,000 subscribers. Man, that's crazy. I don't do this for that, like I told you guys before. I don't do this. I didn't start this channel, and I know John didn't either, because I started this for me. You know, because I want to share the passion that I have, what I've learned, just the way that I do things, in the hope that maybe I could help somebody. You know, even the fact that I even hit, you know, I've only, you know, been doing this I've been in Nitro for almost 4 years, but I've been doing YouTube for like maybe, I don't know, I'd say maybe 2 years, if that. You know, and the fact that I would ever, you know, when I hit like 50 subscribers, I was like, oh yeah, cool, you know. And now I'm at 100, which is not a big deal anyway. But I didn't even think I would do that. And I really didn't expect that. You know what I mean? And that's not why I do this. I did it because I want to help people. I want to share how I feel and the things that I see in Nitro. And you know, I just see it. I just call it how I see it. And that's how I'm going to keep my channel, and that's why I continue. Some people don't like it, so, you know, especially because Traxxas is so popular and people think that's, you know, normal, which it's not to me as far as what I know now. And this isn't, Nitro is new to me, but all this wrenching and mechanical shit and some of it technical and, you know, the motor, that shit's not new in a sense to me. The scale is, yeah, but I've been around that shit since I've been small. My family races and, you know, from drag boat racing to I raced dirt bikes and, you know, was growing up going to NHR, National, you know, drag racing and drag boat racing and NASCAR sprint car. I mean, I've always been around living, breathing, fuel burning type of shit. So when I got into Nitro and I started seeing how it was, man, I have just as much fun as running my shit as I do wrenching. And if you can't have fun doing the whole thing, then like I said, do yourself a favor, quit, get out of Nitro, go do something else, go fly a kite, go read a book, you know, go fishing, go golfing, you know, go get an E-word, whatever. But if you want to put in the heart, put in the work, the time, the effort, really, really take this, you know, it's not serious because it is. You know, some people say toy cars. But this, you don't spend thousands of dollars on toy cars. This is an adult, grown-ass man type hobby. It's not for the weak at heart sometimes because a lot of times you're a lot of learning curves. You know, whether it's tuning the motor, whether it's shit, you know, brakes, and you can't, you know, there's a lot of stuff to it, and people get discouraged and they quit. So anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to John, you know, because he was one of the reasons many reasons that I started this and that I stuck with it. And he's always been there to help me whenever I needed him. I mean, he was trying to get me on modified motors from the beginning, even though he didn't really push me too much because he knew, even back, you know, almost 4 years ago now, when I started watching him, that, you know, as a newbie, take it easy. You don't need to jump in. You know, I see like I said before, all these guys getting modified, and that's not all about just doing that. Baby steps. Baby, you can't just shove a steak in a baby's mouth with no teeth or one tooth. The baby's going to choke. You got to drink the formula and, you know, learn. Crawl before you can walk. So anyway, I just wanted to give John some props. You know, he's my Nitro brother for life. And, you know, there's many other guys that influenced me when I started this, but he's one of the main ones. And I learned all my stuff, and a lot of the stuff that you guys hear me is stuff that I learned from him. And I'm just kind of, I think I'm revising a lot of this stuff because John's been out of 8-scale Nitro for probably about a good year now. He's just into fit scale. He deserves whatever he gets the enjoyment out of. That's the way I look at it. Sure, do I miss him? We all miss him in 8-scale Nitro. He'll be back. You know, he's got a lot going on. And fit scale, he just loves fit scale. You know, not that he doesn't love Nitro, but it takes a lot of your time. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody else, and maybe I might. I don't know. Time will tell. Be somebody that can do both, because I don't want to ever just put Nitro to the side. There's no way. That's how much I love it and enjoy it. Even if I get into fit scale later, which I plan on, you know, I'm going to give both equal time. You know, you just got to spread yourself out, but not spread yourself too thin sometimes. And John does that because he just wants everything and he wants to do everything. But anyway, so again, shouts out to John. Kudos to him, his family, you know, all his brat brothers, all the Nitro fit scale guys, and we're all one big family. Man, everybody give John a shout out. Man, that guy deserves everything he's got and more. And I wish him the best. And, you know, hopefully he'll come back and you know, get back into Nitro and do some Mr. Za crazy shit. So anyway, part 2. This is where we're gonna get in that ass. And what I mean get in that ass, we're gonna be doing some. This is where you go deep into your shit, and I'm gonna show you why. And funny we're talking about John because he likes to clean his vehicles with water. Works for him. I do it that way sometimes, but I'm going to tell you why I don't do it that way anymore. Perfect example. I did a vehicle, like the waterway, you clean it. We won't call it the Bodajo way because other people do that too. It's not just John. I've seen it done by other people. But John, that's the way he does it. Now, you're looking at the Techno. This thing is pretty much gutted except for the front and the rear. Okay? Technos are really, really easy to work on. I love these vehicles. Very low maintenance, very durable. Very, oops. Very easy to work on. I mean, there's a good shot at the body. Look at that thing. It looks like a fish, doesn't it? Oops. I mean, look at that. This when I pulled stuff up, look, there's a rock. I didn't even see that. Still sitting there. But yeah, so I cleaned this thing very thoroughly externally. Haven't pulled anything off except the front center, the center diff I took out already. Clean silicone, one side. This is the side guards. That's the one side. And this is the one piece I was telling you guys about. It's pretty cool. Some people don't like it because, I mean, they say, oh, if you get in an accident and you hit the side, you're going to destroy your radio. And trust me, the walls of this plastic right here is about 5 millimeters. It's thick ass shit. You can smash this thing, get T-boned, and it won't even put a ding in it. This shit's strong. Okay? If it wasn't, then I would probably worry about my radios and servos getting all jacked up if I took a hit to the side or if I really crashed it bad. But this is, I'm telling you, man, Techno's plastic is no joke. I mean, you guys have seen Techno. Some of you have. Look at the arms, man. There's no arms like that. Just Mugen finally just came out with their arms solid like that. One piece. The new MBX 8s, truck and buggies. Which I'm looking at. I might get another Mugen. I might get an MBX 8 Mugen buggy. Even though I have a 5 and I love my 5, I might get an 8. I love Mugens. They're great vehicles. Or I might get a Techno. I still want a Kyosho. They're just so damn expensive, man. If I get a Kyosho, I'm going to spend $2,000 on it. And like I said before, I'd rather get something maybe not as expensive, but just as good. Mugen and Techno. And the money that I save, invest it in stuff like motors, pipes, and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to show you a perfect example of why I don't really suggest using water on your vehicles. Okay? Now, when I say we're going to get in that ass, we've got 2 asses right now. This one is clean for now. I will pull the front and the rear. I've already done the center. Like I said, I've cleaned the radio tray, the side guard. This has all been electronically cleaned. All my electronics are nice and cleaned. Siliconed, everything. That's good to go. This is the center diff. Center diff's nice and clean. I don't think I'm going to need to pull it apart or look at it. It's not bad. Man, the brakings on these Technos, the way the brakes are, if you guys have ever seen them, they're from the side. See how the brakes are on the side instead of the top? Killer brakes. Bearings are in all the little, the servo arms, there's bearings all in here. Bearings inside here. I mean, this thing is like, the technology the Techno has is like no other. And I think the brakes work awesome. It's just because of the way they're on their side. I think you get more of an even pull. And the drivetrain on this thing is the smoothest I've ever seen. My Mugen's pretty smooth. This is like butter. Anyway, tank's clean. Filter, if you guys can, I don't know what truggies you're running. Mugen truggies, you can run motor savers. And look, this thing, I've ran probably about 1 gallon of fuel. I mean, you want to see here, let me show you. Where's my trusty stand? Professional. Look at this little stand here. I know. But hey, Muggy will be investing soon in a GoPro or something like that so I can give you guys some better quality shots. But anyway, if you look at, there's a front end, a Now, most people use the outerwear. This is your outerwear, right? Okay. And they put it over their filter. This is a game changer right here. Definitely. If you can fit this in your vehicle underneath your body, this is the motor saver. Okay, it's about as much as the outerwear. I can justify this for being 20 bucks. I don't know how the hell they're charging 20 bucks for this. This piece, this little piece here. Crazy. This I understand. That's a whole filter. But if you look at this, here I'll pull it off. You guys can see that. I mean, I ran a gallon of fuel, and I ran in some pretty dusty. Look at that. Can you see the goo? This thing is still fresh. Not a freaking pubic hair of dust in that baby. Focus. See that? Look at this. 1, 2. You've got like 4 layers of filter. If you're one of those lazy guys, you know how a muggy maniac is. I call it how I see it. If you're a lazy fuck, excuse my language. But you're at least putting in the effort, even though your ass is lazy, then you definitely want one of these. Because this you will not have to clean, but like I said, maybe I don't remember the last time I have ever cleaned. And the only part that you end up cleaning on these is the outer ring. Because the inner shit never gets dirty at all. And I've got like a bunch of these, the blue part, I just change them. And they get really, really dirty. They're inexpensive. They're not too much. But the outer part, I mean, you can see a little bit of dirt, but I pulled this off. It's not even dirty, man. This thing's, man, and plus, these have been dynoed. You can even ask Mr. Za. He's made plenty of videos, and other people too. These filters have been dynoed. These will actually increase power, especially on your mods. And this, most important thing about this is protecting your $300, $400, whatever investment in your motor. I think that's pretty important. It's like your condom. You know what I mean? You better, you need to protect your shit. So anyway, wings clean, tank, filter, center diff, sides. What else we got? Motor. Fix the clutch bell. Remember that bearing blew out? Put a new one on here. This is all the play you want in your clutch bell. Just a little bit rocking back and forth. Money. Bam. Ready to roll. Okay? Only I haven't shined up really good, and I'm going to shine it. I'm going to shine this thing probably every time I use it. Because I just want to, and it's $100 pipe. It is $100. I want to take care of your shit. So, it's up to you. Do what you want. But anyway, so that's the outer cleaning. Okay? Now, the next step to this is when you get deep clean. Okay? This thing has been sprayed and marinated in silicone. But this is when I start pulling it apart. And this is when it's time to inspect your shit. Abnormal wear, stuff like that. Make sure everything's, moving and functioning the way it should. You want to take out your bearings. Now, the MBX6, the asses that I'm in right now, I'm going to get to that. But I got other ones. Like I finished cleaning the muggy. The only thing I haven't touched is the rear end. So that's off. Same thing with the Mugen MBX7. Front end's all done. Center diff's all done. And so both these vehicles, I'm multitasking. I got to get these vehicles finished off because I haven't finished cleaning them totally before I get into the Techno. Techno's good for right now, although I don't want to let it set long. Okay, now it's only been maybe, I don't know, not even maybe a few days or whatever the last time I ran, maybe a week since I ran the Mugen. Now this is the rear end of the Mugen right here, MBX7. Nice looking rear end. And then there's the rear end. That's the rear end from the Muggy. Another nice looking rear end. So we got two asses up here. The Muggy's an ass man right now. And I want to show you actual proof why I don't use water and why I don't think you should use water. And I don't recommend it. Okay? If it works for you and you've been doing it for many years and you've never had any kind of problems, then keep doing it. disregard this whole video. I mean, not the whole video, because this is, when you're deep cleaning, this is when you start taking your shit apart and you start inspecting it. Making sure there's no abnormal wear, like I said, making sure there's no rust, nothing bent, nothing broke. Obviously that's a pretty obvious when, when I took my motor out and my clutch belt fell off. By the way, this is one little piece of that bearing that totally blew out. That's what's left of it. So, I'm going to show you. Okay? This is fact. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Why I don't like using water. Now, keep in mind, this was, when my MBX7, when I cleaned it, I did the Bodajo way, although I took all the electronics and everything out. Aired it off when I was done. Silicone the shit out of it. Less than a week later, this is what you get. Can you see that? Look at that. And better lighting. Look at that. See that shit? That's rust. So now I got to get in there with a wire wheel. Because Muggy Maniac is just anti-rust. Hell no. I can't, wasn't going to make this video. I was going to wait another day, let you guys, soak in that first video, of my cleaning, the way I clean and maintain my shit. So this is basically a part 2. This is where you get deep cleaning, because this is what you're going to find almost every time when you use water. I don't give a shit how much you air it out, how much you lubricate it, silicone it. Look at that. See that? It's fucking rust, man. Now I've got to go to a wire wheel and I've got to polish all that off, because I'm not going to keep that rust on my shit. Look, there's even rust on the outer drives. See that right there? Rust. See all that? Look at the bearings. The bearings, they're free. Thank God. Sometimes, I'm lucky they didn't seize up. Even the bearings I'm going to have to polish and wire wheel them. I got to get all that rust out of there. Is it a big deal? Well, it is to me, because now it's more time that I got to spend on cleaning my shit when I could. Even look at the the insides. Can you guys see the? I don't know if you can see that or not. The inside of these discs, there's all like rust and shit in here, man. Look at the inside, even the inside of the plates that are on your brake. Your brake plates, where your pads are connected to, there's even rust in here too. When I took them apart, there was moist. It was lubricated, but that's just the silicone, and no matter how much you air, it's not going to keep moisture out completely. Look, see that? Look at that. There's rust inside of the plastic there. That's from the bearing. So now I gotta really do some polishing on this shit. This is the center diff, by the way. Again, from the Mugen. Look at the back end of the Mugen. You can see some of the, I don't know if you can see some of the set screws. The insides of them, there's like, that one right there. There's like rust in there. I looked inside. See that in there? I don't know if you can barely see that in, because it's kind of hidden in there. That's the screw. That's the screw that holds the sway bar in there. The head of it's got rust on it. Now you could avoid all this by stainless steel, but the only thing I don't like about stainless steel is when you're wrenching on shit. You can't. It's harder to wrench on because your magnetic tips and shit, and your shit's falling over the place. But yeah, man, look at that. Fuck. I hate that shit. I fucking, excuse my language, Muggy Maniac hates rust. Look at that. Fucking bullshit. Like I said, even on the bearing housing, the outsides of the bearing. So, Now I know there's going to be some shit inside of here when I clean it too. So anyway, when you're deep cleaning, you're gonna if you use water, that's what's going to happen. So I prefer not to use water. I'd rather just, if I'm gonna, I'd rather air it out, brush it with, with the paint brushes, air it out really good. You just got to do a lot of hand detailing, man. I mean, it is what it is. You can do whatever you want. I'm just putting that out there. If you use water on your shit, no matter how much you air it off, no matter how much silicone you bury it with, you're still, eventually, you're going to get rust and corrosive deposits on your shit. So be forewarned. I'd let you guys know. I just don't like doing it that way. Or if you do it like that, you gotta tear it down immediately. I mean, I don't even want to wait on this because I did simple green it really good, soak it, and then I did rinse it off, and I did the the waterway, but I took all the middle shit out. So I don't even like this setting. I have a feeling by the time I get to this in the next couple days, I'm going to be, polishing out rust and wire wheeling rust and shit out of this thing too. It's not like I haven't done it before. I'd rather not. It's just more time for me when I could be doing other shit. So I've got this to finish cleaning. I've got to finish the rear end of the muggy, which is over here, and I have the rear end of the Mugen. This thing is heavy, man. This is the ass of my pig, my fat pig right here. So anyway, I don't need to spend too much time, but get into your shit. When you get when you start deep cleaning, tear it apart, check all your, I'm gonna have to pull this, I pull my diffs apart. I don't take the diff apart actually, but just the diff housing. And I mean, there's a little bit of grease in there, but I'm gonna re-grease this. You want to re-grease the inside of your diff housing, your box, all your gears. Re-oil your bearings, clean them up really good. Take off your shocks, check your shocks. I'm gonna probably do a video on how you how you check shocks and how you set your shocks up. That's one thing I got really good at. Because that's one thing in E-Word, that one of the only things that are the same as nitro is shocks. Shocks are shocks, although there is different shocks. E-Word shocks aren't any different than nitro shocks. But shocks can be very technical, and they're I believe, very important or vital part of your vehicle performing and the power getting evenly how should I say, transfer to the ground. If your shocks are all fucked up and you're riding on springs, and I've seen guys that have, shocks like that, where only thing that's running on the springs, then your shit's gonna fucking be everywhere. It's not gonna handle for shit. So shocks are very important, and how you set them up and your ride height. So, I mean, that's a whole nother video. But anyway, I just wanted to touch basically on, the deep cleaning part. After this is the way the muggy cleans. The next step as far as the techno goes is I usually do the front first because it has more moving parts, the steering and all that shit, and then I do the back last. But yeah, so by the time, hopefully by this weekend, all my vehicles will be freaking showroom shine, better than brand new. The only vehicle in here that's complete and ready to rock and roll, and I'm probably going to run this thing sometime before this weekend. I might run this tomorrow. I might get off work a little bit early, and I might run the buggy, man. I like in between all this wrenching that I got going on, all this trucks are down and torn apart and getting maintained and getting some TLC, because the muggy likes to give his vehicles much love. Because I didn't pay all this money to have my shit sit around and rust. Hell no. So while my shit's torn down, kids are over there, getting ready for bed. It's all my bodies. But the buggy is ready to go. Buggy's just waiting for that other servo in there, and it's ready to get ripping. We're gonna get this thing ripping, and you know what? I might even put the 9886 and the 410232 on this little badass reds and see what happens. Food for thought. But anyway, that's what's going on. That's 30 minutes. That's plenty of time. You guys have any questions or anything, feel free to comment below. And yeah, you know, we're not going to mention what's his name, like I said, because I promised you guys that, and you know, he told me don't mention his name either. So, you know who he is. He knows who he is. We'll leave it at that. I have respect for people that earn my respect. You don't deserve shit. Respect is something you earn, not something that's given to you because you think you have some kind of, entitlement. It doesn't work like that. Not in my book, anyway. So anyway, that's Muggy Maniac's got going on. We've got more goodies on our way. I'm waiting on a bunch of shit coming. I had something came. Oh, what did I get? Oh, yeah. Here is your... Where the hell did I do with it now? Dynamite. Max Life. I got some Max Life shoes. I already put them on. Now I forgot what I did. Oh, there it is. So if you want the part number, here you go. These are really good shoes. I mean, they're not cheap. DYNP 5188. Is that what it is? I'm blind. Sometimes when you get old like me. 25 bucks for, man, 4 pieces of aluminum. Crazy, huh? Hey, that's Nitro. Welcome to Nitro, man. You're going to spend some bucks, man, if you want to really do this the right way. So anyway, I've got other stuff coming. More pipes. Searching for my next project. Buggy, truggy, not sure yet. Maybe even a real, actual OG low-C muggy. But you guys, I'll update you as I, as it comes. So anyway, I'm really tired, man. Sorry, I just feel really lagging. I wasn't even going to do this video, but man, I can't even sleep tonight. It's getting late. I have to get up early in the morning. But man, when I seen this shit, this rust, I can't sleep. There's no way the Muggy Maniac is going to be sleep, and I can't sleep good knowing that my vehicle or my shit's got rust on it. Hell no. That shit's going to be polished, buffed out, shined up, siliconed up, looking brand new when I get done with that. So after this video, I'm going to start hitting that with the Dremolo and the little wire bits that go on the end of it, and start getting rid of that rust and shit. So anyway, keep you updated on what's going on with the project and everything. One more look at that sick ass body. Look at that. One of a kind. Looks like doesn't look like a fish. Looks like a fucking fish. A fish body. I love this thing, man. Very well put together. I might get me, like I said, I might get me another one of these. I don't know. I might build one. Who knows? I like it that much. Anyway, I'll let you guys know on that. So that's the Muggy Maniac. Shout out to all the newbies, all my Nitro brothers, Brat brothers, all you people out there actually doing shit. Even if you're not doing shit and you're still a full-on Nitro gearhead, and your shit's, collecting dust, being a shelf queen or a shelf bitch, what I call them. Just make sure you set that piston bottom dead center. Again, congratulations to Mr. Za, man of the hour, the day, whatever you want to call it. 100,000 subscribers, man. I still can't believe that's crazy, man. But like I said, he deserves it, man. That guy earned every bit of everything he gets, and much respect for him and much love for him. Shout out to my other brothers, Elite RC, Roger 111, doing your thing. Keep up keep up on that Nitro and your race shit, because I got people asking me about racing, and I'm sending them to you, man. I'm just I do a little bit of racing, not as much anymore. I'm just a serious Nitro gearhead, 100% sold out for 8 scale truggy, muggies, buggies, gung-ho, sick in the head Nitro guy. So that's me. That's what I got going on. Clean your shit. After we get done with this this video, then we're going to probably, I know we touched on tuning, because that's one of the three most important things, you know, tuning your motor, tuning your vehicle, upkeep, and troubleshooting. So we'll probably go over the tuning again because I'm learning more about tuning, and I'm, you know, not the best at it, but I'm getting even better, and I want to become, you know, the freaking professor of tuning motors. So that's all I got. Catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.